President Biden has declared the entire country a sanctuary jurisdiction, which means more tragedy is going to come. Mark my word, people will die, people will be raped, people will be victimized by criminals that shouldn't even be here. It's no longer illegal to be here illegally.
More than 50 House Republicans are raising even more alarms about the president's rollback of Trump's immigration policies. They're warning of a brewing humanitarian crisis at our southern border with Mexico and urging the president to take the issue seriously because, quote unquote, this is not a political game. Lawmakers from across the country, among those signing the letter, including Texas Congressman Chip Roy, who's with me now. Congressman, great to have you on the program. Why did you sign that letter?
Well, good morning, Harris. Well, I was happy to work with my colleagues to lead that letter to President Biden because the president owes us an explanation for why he is refusing to do his job to secure the border of the United States. We now have a new DHS secretary appointed. We request that that DHS secretary come down and brief all of us, all members, not just a handful of committee members, but all members, on why the president refuses to secure the border of the United States. He's clearly issuing executive orders that is ending the building of the fence. But more importantly than that, right now for the crisis, he's actually refusing to continue the very favorable, positive Trump policies of working with Mexico on the Return to Mexico program, which enabled us to hold the line at the border, as well as using Title 42 during this pandemic to make sure we secure the border. The result is devastating, Harris. We've got 3,500 people a day that are being apprehended, over 100,000 a month. The Laredo sector alone just found 1,200 people in stash houses over the last few months. This is a humanitarian crisis that is of our own making, and the president should be ashamed of failing to take care to defend the laws of the United States and secure the border.
Just to unpack that a little bit, and I do want to go directly to Title 42 because Joe Biden ran on the notion that COVID-19 protection for the entire nation and fighting that deadly disease was going to be course one. Is that still happening when you have the situation at the border of letting people in, 3,500 a day? Are they testing them? Are they vaccinating them? Do we even have the resources to do that? These are all questions.
Well, no, those are all the right questions, and that's why we've requested a briefing. We need to know answers, and we need to know those answers now. What we're really seeing here is the Department of Homeland Security is going to be turned into a catch-and-release operation. That's literally what they're working to do. That empowers cartels to make money, moving human beings for profit across the border, endangering them, endangering American citizens, having them be placed in stash houses, and, oh, by the way, creating distractions and other channels to move vast quantities of fentanyl and dangerous narcotics into the United States, where we had overdoses of pushing 100,000 between May of 19 and May of 2020. This is a crisis of epic proportions that is being driven by political maneuverings by President Biden, appeasing his leftist base.
So you said that. I want to show you this. Tom Homan also calling this a political move.
Designed to be this way. They're bringing millions of people into this country who will now be counted on the census because Joe Biden overturned that, which leads to seats in the House, Electoral College, and elections. This is power over public safety, the quest for power over protecting American citizens.
Former acting ICE director talking politics there. Why do you think that this is pitching into that direction?
Well, it's clearly a political move. The president feels he's got to appease his leftist base. And the problem is, and look, Tom's a great guy. I'm glad he was on earlier this morning on Fox talking about this because ICE is one of the things that are in the crosshairs of the left. ICE is there importantly for interior enforcement. Now we're talking about saying we're not going to release people who have been convicted of DUIs or other dangerous activities. This is endangering American citizens. And also, I want to repeat, endangering the immigrants who seek to come here. And I find it really interesting that as we sit here, Harris, the United States Senate is engaged in impeachment proceedings against former President Trump. Let's think about what the President Biden is doing right now. There's a take care clause in the Constitution that says he's got to enforce the laws of the United States. He is specifically and purposely refusing to enforce the laws of the United States that endangers the American people, endangers immigrants seeking to come here. And I can tell you what, endangers my home state of Texas. I find that to be deplorable, and I think it's something we ought to continue to look at and press the president on.
That's really interesting. Congressman Chip Roy, always great to have you on the program. Great state of Texas. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Harris. God bless you.